Which way? I'm gonna go this way. Well, hello everybody on the YouTube. It's the Wingnut, and man, these mirrors are hot garbage on a hot day. Yeah. So I was out riding on the KLR, running some errands. Oh man. So in the previous video I had talked about a couple things I wanted to do to this, kind of briefly, and I guess one of the first big things I need to do is, well, you know, scrape all this paint off and get down to the factory paint to see if it's intact still, because the blue and silver this originally was a beautiful color. You know, that's gonna happen, and if it's bad, I am going to do a vinyl wrap. I've already kind of have a design picked out in my head, and I'll show you guys when it happens. One of the other mods I had talked about was windscreen. Now, I actually have a CB windscreen, big windscreen for this bike already, but I don't want to put it on just yet. What I want to do is I want to get a Rally 2 dashboard kit, which basically raises the windscreen that I currently have up. It raises it up and forward. That way when I do the handlebar risers to get this up a couple inches higher, the handlebars will clear, because as you can see here, I kind of need that clearance. So that's going to happen. The thermal bob, which I guys told you about, I definitely going to do that. I did the brakes already. I ended up getting a taillight kit. It's not quite fitting right, the LED taillight kit. Essentially it plugs in like an original one. I got it from TPI, and maybe I installed it wrong. It didn't come with the directions, but I shot him an email and I'm waiting a response back. Figure it out, you know. So it is what it is. I am going to do a set of real bark busters or the like, actual hand guards. I got to redo the grips. I don't know if I'm going to do heated grips or not, or if I'm just going to do a nice set of adventure grips, because with the knuckle protectors and heated gloves, I really don't need heated grips. The voltmeter, I don't really care for it. I actually have a replacement that has plug-ins for USB, but this hole's pretty large, so I may have to get a piece 3D printed as like a spacer or a flange to make that work again. She got a little lump. I keep looking for a 6th gear. I don't know why. All those years of having a Magna. The mirrors have got to go. Mirrors have got to be done. The thermal bob I've already talked about. The horn. My horn doesn't work, so I'm going to have to replace the horn with something a little bigger, and it works. So I was looking at doing a stable Nautilus horn, and they're stupid loud. My temperature gauge and miscellaneous thingy, I don't know what it is. I'm probably gonna get rid of those because they're not gonna be able to work with my bar risers. With the bar risers, we're gonna do lowering the foot pegs and replacing the foot pegs with something that's a little bit more adventure oriented, so it has better grip, because the foot peg on the left side is wore down quite a bit. In fact, like the tread's almost completely gone from it, and they also give me a little bit more room with my big clod hoppers. So something to think about. I don't know if my wife had followed me on the bike before when it was dark, She mentioned that the turn signals really weren't visible with the hard bags on, so I may upgrade the turn signals to an LED bulb and LED CAN bus relay as well, so they're just easier to see. I think that would be a good thing to do. So we're figuring it out, you know, just doing what I can. Besides the grips, you saw I got my Atlas put on. It works. I like it. It's probably not installed correctly, and I think I'm missing a piece right here that they made room for the heated gloves, but it works. So that's something else. Is with the hand controls, with my brake and with my clutch, I don't particularly care for the old style brake and clutch where it's got the little ball on the end. Wrong gear for that. I gotta get used to how this bike rides, so I'm gonna be making all sorts of mistakes on camera. I just don't like this because where my hand grips at, it puts my pinky right across the top of that ball on the end right there, and it's kind of floppy, which I don't like either. So the big thing is when Brian at D&D Imports gets back from his trip, I'm taking the bike to him and I'm gonna let him go through it to see if I got what I paid for, or if I'm just a really bad, you know, judge of used bikes. So far in my judging of used bikes, I've done pretty good. But I'm not familiar with this machine. I'm becoming familiar with it. Definitely doing an oil change here soon. You know, I got a subframe bolt kit. I've got the drill through upper subframe kit, which means instead of having 2 bolts on each side of the top of the subframe for the rear of the bike, it's one long bolt that goes all the way through, and it's a lot stronger and less likely to shear one side than the other. The subframe bolts themselves are just replacing all the bolts that hold the subframe assembly to the upper and lower to the bike frame, and it makes it a little bit, well, not a little bit, it makes it a lot stronger. Just trying to take care of the things that were known issues with the bike. The oversized rotors and brake pads, I don't know if I'm going to do that. We'll see when we get down the road. The Shinko 707s that are on here now are supposed to be like 70/30 off-road tires. I really don't know if they are or not. I mean, I'm riding on the street and they feel like a decent set of street tires, so we'll see. But the big thing, you know, aside from all the maintenance stuff, because it's going to take time getting it right, and there's some things I want to get done while I'm here in Virginia, because I got a local mechanic that I know and trust that works on these. And so, you know, one of the other things I was wanting to do, and what I want to do here soon, is name the bike. Now, I put out a thing on the last video, as well as on internet forums, on Reddit, on, oh, if you guys know, I'm on Reddit now, the wingnut, can't miss me, the _ wingnut, oh, hear them 42.1 horsepower roar. And as well as Facebook and in Facebook groups. So, you know, if you guys saw any of those, you'll see some of the suggestions that are popping up are pretty crazy. You know, Sandy is the biggest one that everybody's requesting about, which I'm not keeping the bike this color, so it doesn't really fit. We've gotten Sandy, we've gotten Blanche Devereaux, which I kind of like, Golden Girls thing, Dolores. One that I thought was really funny and is starting to grow on me is Tugboat the Husky Librarian, which I don't know where that dude came up with that at, but it almost fits perfectly. So we'll see. We'll have to figure it out. You know, I have to figure it out. So So you guys want to weigh in on that way you can. If I end up picking a name, I may swing like a keychain or something handmade by me, and a sticker and a coin off to whoever suggested the name. Even if I only use part of the name, the people who give me the parts, they're going to get that stuff. I think it'd be really nice. So when we figure it out, we make the announcement, we'll shout you out, and I'll hit you up so we can put together a little thank you package for coming up with a cool name for the bike. So that'd be really great. Yep. And I tell you one thing, Mrs. Wingnut's really pushing me to try new stuff with the channel. So if you see a lot of weird stuff coming out or stuff that you're not used to seeing me do, then I would suggest bear with us till we get it dialed in, because it's really fun learning new techniques and new ways to do things. So I'm enjoying myself greatly. And then yeah, just having fun with it. You know, it's a fun bike. It's a small bike. It's very maneuverable. I'm learning how to ride it because it is a much higher center of gravity than what I was used to on the Rocket. And I'm going to lament about the Rocket a lot because I really do miss her. But she's off to a good home. Somebody who's taking the time to learn about the bikes and everything. So we'll see. Got a couple of really good names out there. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And I want to get into this lane because I'm going to be turning. Yeah, so nice gray day. Sprinkled a little bit earlier. So if you've never picked up groceries on a motorcycle, it ain't hard. Especially if you have hard bags, or you have like a cargo, my mind went blank. A luggage rack, there we go, or cargo rack, something like that. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, figure it out. I am like all over the place. And my brain's not functioning. But essentially, what I'm getting at is if you haven't picked up groceries with your motorcycle, try it once. You know, you can always ask them for a box if it won't all fit in your bags, if you got bags, or do the old milk crate method, which seems to be like the #1 thing for dual sport motorcycles. Just strap a milk crate to your tiny luggage rack that comes factory on your motorcycle or the back of the seat. And then you can go from there. Yeah. Out here towards Sandbridge, looking for a place to take a photograph of the motorcycle. I'm just trying to come out and have a good day. Had a less than stellar incident this morning. I don't even want to talk about it till I get it resolved. Just frustrating. So I'm out on the bike, get a little asphalt therapy, and then I'm gonna circle back and go get my groceries and my 12 pack of beer. Since I mean the bike does come with a beer bottle opener, why not? Don't motorcycle and drink. That's all I gotta say. Don't drink and horse. There we go. Yeah, man, somebody's trash cans are in the ditch. Southern train, only yesterday's Got a motorcycle for sale. I think I have enough money to buy another motorcycle. Here at Back Bay National Wildlife Refuge. Watching the water. Cattails. People hanging out here at the swamp. Oh no, I'm about to ride through gravel. How horrendous. Oh my goodness. Man, that cooling fan sounds like crap. Guess we'll add a cooling fan to that list. Oh well. Well, hey everybody, it's the Wingnut. I got a lot of traffic to wait on here, and you guys shouldn't have to suffer through that. So, you know, of course, like, dislike, subscribe. It's on you. Have a good one. Like a car factory down the street? What's up? I should have gone.